Yo, Hoop fans! Your sideline sage, Tips and Upstreams, is lacing up once again. On deck, deep dives into the freshest NBA clashes, ready to set the planks ablaze. But before we jump the ball, be sure to hammer that subscribe on our YouTube channel to keep hooked with our sharp forecasts and prime selections. All right, let's bounce into today's NBA Crystal Ball reads. The prediction for today is for Game 1 between the Dallas Mavericks and Boston Celtics. The Dallas Mavericks are gearing up to even the score against the Boston Celtics in Game 2 of the NBA Finals. The Celtics showcased a dominant performance in Game 1, securing a 107-89 victory and setting an early tone that the Mavericks couldn't counter. With the series shifting back to Boston, both teams need to make key adjustments. Here's an in-depth analysis of the matchup, bolstered by comprehensive stats and insights. Boston's Game 1 performance was a showcase of offensive and defensive prowess. Jaylen Brown led the charge with 22 points, while Kristaps Porzingis made a strong return, contributing 20 points off the bench after a lengthy absence. The Celtics' sharp shooting from beyond the arc was pivotal, sinking 16 three-pointers at a 38.1% success rate. Their defense was equally impressive, recording 9 blocks and 6 steals, which effectively disrupted the Mavericks' offensive rhythm. Conversely, the Mavericks struggled to find their groove. They fell into a 37-20 deficit by the end of the first quarter and couldn't recover. Luka Doncic's 30 points and 10 rebounds were not enough to lift his team, as they shot a dismal 25.9% from three-point range and just 41.7% overall. Kyrie Irving's off night, scoring only 12 points on 6 of 19 shooting, further compounded Dallas's troubles. When comparing the stats, Boston's advantage becomes clear. The Celtics rank first in offensive efficiency and second in defensive efficiency, allowing just 109.2 points per game. Their dominance on the boards, with 43.3 rebounds per game and ability to force turnovers, averaging 12 per game, have been crucial. In contrast, the Mavericks rank 18th in defensive efficiency, allowing 115.6 points per game, and have struggled to defend the perimeter, giving up 36.8% shooting from beyond the arc. Historically, the Mavericks have faced challenges winning at the TD Garden. In their last 5 visits, they've secured only 1 victory, with the Celtics frequently dominating these matchups. Boston's home court advantage, bolstered by their energetic fans, will undoubtedly play a critical role in Game 2. Recent form also favors the Celtics, who have won 12 consecutive games against Southwest Division opponents. They've been particularly effective at home, covering the spread in 7 straight games following a win. Dallas, meanwhile, has struggled on the road, especially in night games against teams with winning records. The injury report favors the Celtics, with Kristaps Porzingis back and performing well. The Mavericks will need all hands on deck, particularly improved performances from their role players and secondary stars like Kyrie Irving and PJ Washington to mount a serious challenge. Analyzing the team's back-to-back performances, Boston has shown resilience and adaptability, often excelling even with minimal rest. The Mavericks, however, have struggled in such scenarios, which could be a crucial factor in Game 2. Dallas needs to address their defensive lapses and find ways to improve their ball movement and shooting efficiency to stand a chance. Despite the lopsided score in Game 1, the Mavericks have shown throughout the season that they can bounce back from tough losses. Luka Doncic remains one of the league's most dynamic players, capable of taking over games and keeping his team competitive. His ability to score, rebound, and facilitate makes him a constant threat, and he will be a focal point for the Mavericks' strategy in Game 2. Kyrie Irving, known for stepping up in big moments, is expected to bounce back with a stronger performance after his subpar showing in Game 1. Additionally, the supporting cast, including PJ Washington and Jaden Hardy, will need to contribute more effectively to ease the scoring burden on Doncic and Irving. Dallas also needs to focus on improving their defensive effort. Allowing the Celtics to shoot 47.6% from the field and 38.1% from three-point range is too high for a team with championship aspirations. Defensive adjustments, particularly in guarding the perimeter and contesting shots more effectively, will be essential. Offensively, the Mavericks need better ball movement to create more open looks. Their 9 assists in Game 1 were far below their season average, indicating a lack of team play. By sharing the ball and involving more players in the offense, Dallas can improve their shooting percentages and create better scoring opportunities. The Celtics, while formidable, are not invincible. They've had their share of struggles, particularly when their three-point shooting cools off. Dallas can capitalize on this by playing tighter perimeter defense and forcing the Celtics to take tougher shots. Additionally, controlling the boards and limiting second chance opportunities will be crucial for the Mavericks to stay competitive. Boston's reliance on three-point shooting can be a double-edged sword. While they excelled in Game 1, there have been games where their shooting has let them down. If the Mavericks can defend the three-point line more effectively and force the Celtics into lower percentage shots, they can keep the game within reach. Dallas also has the advantage of learning from their mistakes in Game 1. The adjustments they make, both offensively and defensively, will be critical in determining the outcome of Game 2. The coaching staff needs to devise a game plan that maximizes their strengths while exploiting the Celtics' weaknesses. Considering all these factors, expect a much closer contest in Game 2. The Mavericks have the talent and resilience to make the necessary adjustments and put up a stronger fight. While Boston remains the favorite, Dallas should be able to cover the 7-point spread, demonstrating their ability to compete at a high level and keep the game within a manageable margin. I'm backing the Dallas Mavericks to cover the 7-point spread. My second and final betting suggestion for today's game is that Jaylen Brown will score over 22.5 points. Jaylen Brown has been in stellar form throughout the 2024 NBA playoffs, most recently putting up 22 points in Game 1 against the Dallas Mavericks. His performance has been consistently strong, averaging 24.8 points per game in the postseason. Given his scoring capabilities, I predict Jaylen Brown will deliver another high-scoring night in Game 2, and I'm confident in taking the over on his points prop, set at 22.5. In the 2024 playoffs, Brown has demonstrated an ability to step up in crucial games, particularly at home, where the Celtics benefit from strong fan support. His role as a primary scorer alongside Jason Tatum makes him a central figure in Boston's offense. Moreover, Brown's recent track record, including multiple 30-plus point games in the Eastern Conference Finals, indicates he's in peak form. Scoring 22.5 points feels too low for an in-form, three-level scorer who has poured in at least 24 points in 4 straight contests leading into these finals, including a 40-point clinic against the Indiana Pacers in the last round. Brown is averaging nearly 25 points in the 2024 playoffs and was on pace to surpass this over-under line in Game 1 until the scoreline became so lopsided that the Boston Celtics starters sat out the final minutes. He didn't just settle for long jump shots either, forcing his way to 11 free throw attempts. While the prospect of shadowing Luka Doncic brings foul trouble into the equation, the upside is the opportunities to test Luka at the other end when the Dallas Mavericks fail to switch out of that matchup. Dallas's defense struggled to contain Boston's perimeter players in Game 1, and with the Mavericks focusing defensive efforts on Tatum and Porzingis, Brown is likely to find more scoring opportunities. Additionally, Boston's game plan often includes setting up Brown for high percentage shots, both from beyond the arc and driving to the basket. Given these factors, betting on Jaylen Brown to score over 22.5 points in Game 2 is a sound decision. His current form, coupled with the defensive matchups and Boston's offensive strategies, strongly support this prediction. Expect Brown to continue his high-scoring performances and play a pivotal role in the Celtics' offensive game plan against the Mavericks.